Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to the channel. We are going to watch the UFC 266 weigh-ins. We could talk about some news that happened today. I've been busy all day, but I've seen that Jon Jones was arrested in Las Vegas, continuing to just get in trouble nonstop, which is infuriating. First off, do not forget to like the stream. I greatly appreciate it. If you're not subscribed, go subscribe. Check out all my prediction videos, which are in the description below. Become a member, which is in the description below. And I think that does it. I think the weigh-ins are due to start in about a half hour. So I got on here early. We can talk about whatever you guys want, obviously. I again forgot to change my latency settings. So I'm about 30 seconds behind your guys' messages. But yes, CT, I did see that Jon Jones got arrested in Las Vegas. I don't know any details other than it was some type of assault or domestic assault or battery or something like that. So if you can fill me in on any other details, that'd be awesome. Because I literally been out all day. I just got home maybe 5 minutes ago and jumped right on here. What's up, GOAT? And I don't care that he got arrested. I still want to see him versus Ngannou. I agree 100%. But at this point, it's like I don't even care about Jones anymore. He's nothing but just constantly in trouble, constantly doing dumb stuff, and it's infuriating. It's literally infuriating at this point. You know, like how can he keep doing this type of stuff and just getting in trouble time after time again? It's like eventually he's going to end up killing somebody by mistake or killing somebody on purpose, and he's going to go to jail for life. And it's just infuriating. Like he can't stay out of trouble. What is he doing? What is he doing? Like, seriously. How are you? And it's always he's in the wrong place, the wrong time. It wasn't his fault, blah, blah, blah. And it's just absolutely infuriating and annoying. Especially when you want to see him, fight Francis Ngannou. And it's just super annoying. I got to tweet out the link. By the way, guys, if you don't follow me on Twitter, go follow me on Twitter. If you don't follow me on Instagram, go follow me on Instagram. I usually tweet out when I go live, so I'm going to do that right now. Only Jones will get inducted in the Hall of Fame and get arrested the next day. Very, very true. Jon Jones, it just seems like no matter what he does, he's constantly getting himself in trouble. He's obviously not a very, he doesn't make very intelligent decisions because it's just not possible to have this much bad luck over the course of your life, time after time after time. You know, I can give a guy a pass 1, 2, even maybe 3 times, but this is just constant. Just constant. And you know Dana's going to shit all over him. So, and I'm just tweeting out this link real quick to join the live. I like to do that. Yeah, it's such a Jon Jones thing to do. To get arrested, to get inducted into the Hall of Fame the next day to get arrested. Come on, bro. Come on. And you know that's going to be the talk, all week now. That's going to overshadow the pay-per-view. What's going on? And what I do find funny in particular is Jon Jones has obviously gotten in more legal trouble, but I just seen somebody say something about McGregor. But McGregor gets in legal trouble all the time, and Dana White doesn't shit on him. He's like, I'm it's not my fault. Let the legal system play out and blah, blah, blah. Jon Jones, he'll come out and just shit on right away, which I find particularly funny. It's a double standard because one guy you really like, obviously, and one guy you do not. But they're both idiots, honestly. I mean, this guy has millions of dollars from fighting. Millions. I don't know, how much. But what are you doing that you're out there committing crimes and getting arrested? Like, don't you have anything better to do with your millions of dollars? You can literally be swimming in the nicest in-ground pool. You can go anywhere you want. You can eat whatever you want. You can travel as much as you want. It's just annoying. That's something that would happen to McGregor. He would be inducted in the Hall of Fame and then beat some old man up the next day. Dana's such a Conor nut hugger that he would induct McGregor into the Hall of Fame for punching an old man in a bar. I'm surprised they're not inducting that fight into the Hall of Fame. Let's be real. Jones Gus 1 is far away from Hall of Fame status. No, I don't think so. I think that's one of the greatest light heavyweight fights of all time. Jon the GOAT, the only guy that can be as stupid as he is and still never lose. Very true. And Jon won 4-1. I don't remember what I scored the rounds. That's been so long at this point. I don't remember what I scored. Year versus Max got rescheduled. What did it get rescheduled from, and then what did it get rescheduled to? I did see something about that, but I literally been busy all day. I just got home immediately, scheduled this live, and went live right away. So I've literally been home for 5 minutes. I haven't really had a chance to check my phone. What was the original date for Max versus Yair, and what did it get rescheduled for? It's not that far away. Wasn't it scheduled? Wasn't it scheduled for November, and it's still in November? So what's it, like a week or something? Uncle Dana has always said that Jon was a waste of talent. I don't think he's a waste of talent. I think he could have made much more of his career. And to sit out for 2 years now is just, it's annoying. And I get it. You know, this guy wants to get paid more. He wants to, he could go up there and get slept by Ngannou. He could never be the same again. So I'm all for him getting paid more. But you don't make a good case when you're constantly getting arrested. And was it domestic dispute? Doesn't that mean you're like beating up a girl or something? I don't know what that means. I'm going to wait for some details before I really weigh in on that. But, I mean, it's like, I would not be surprised. And I haven't got my hopes up because the fight that I'm most looking forward to, if I had to go out on a limb and say any fight, would be Jon Jones versus Francis Ngannou. But for months now, I haven't even cared about that fight because I honestly accepted the fact that it's probably never going to happen. It's, what was it originally scheduled for? So it's November 13th now. What was it scheduled for originally, Yusuf? So, I'm scared Chael picked Nick to win. Well, then Robbie Lawler's definitely going to win. I genuinely wonder if Jon thinks just because he's good as he is and as big as he is size-wise, he can just do whatever. I don't know what it is. But Jon Jones just makes a bad decision after bad decision. It's annoying. Thank you for filling me in on all this news, Yusuf, because I really haven't been online all day today. So I've missed everything and anything. I don't even want to see Jones at heavyweight. I want to see him at light heavyweight. I want to see him versus Yan, Ankalaev, and Yuri. I would love to see Jon Jones versus Yuri Prohaska. That would be a lot of fun. It was scheduled for July 17th, and then it got moved to November, I thought, originally. But didn't it get rescheduled again today? I thought it was already rescheduled. I did a video on it, but I don't remember now. I did 2 videos on it, actually. Let me go check it out. Let me go see what I can find. Yair. Okay, so I did a video on August 3rd. Yeah, it's been rebooked. I did a video on August 3rd saying it was rebooked for November 13th. You can guys go check my channel if you don't believe me, but I did a video on August 3rd. I know it had been rescheduled. I don't know why it became a big deal today. Maybe it's official today or something. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe it wasn't official when I said it, but it was being reported. Home versus Dumont also replaces Tate Vera as main event. Ugh. Okay? Jon versus Francis is like GSP Anderson. We'll never see it. Probably. I actually get really scared when Chael predicts something. You shouldn't be getting nervous about anything. You should just avoid Chael's channel. KG is hiring a dietitian to move down to 170, and Ferg said he wants to move up to 170. Well, that's interesting. I want to see how Kelvin Gastelum can do at 170 because he's been doing great at 185, even though he's been losing. He's been competing with top-level people. So I want to see how he does going back to 170. As far as Ferguson, he's probably got nothing but fun fights left in his career. I want Jon Jones to fight. So do I. Yuri with TKO Jones in the third. I'm not so sure about that, my friend. Ferguson versus Gastelum or Nate Diaz versus Gastelum? Neither of those. I think Gastelum beats them both pretty easily. I think he throws them to the ground and probably even outstrikes them on the feet as well. So I don't want to see either one of those matchups, guys. By the way, guys, we are 43 subscribers away from 1,300. We are at 1,257. Thank you to all of you guys. Forget Jones. I want to see Zabit back against Giga or TKZ. I would love to see Zabit versus Giga, but that kind of kills off one of the exciting contenders in the featherweight division. Someone said only way Murphy wins tomorrow is with a bat. I don't even think she wins with a bat. I'm being dead serious, Yusuf. If they gave Laura Murphy a bat and then let her enter the cage, I would still pick Valentina heavily, and I would have a high confidence in that. Valentina would disarm her, throw her to the ground, and just brutalize her. It's just the way it is. But yeah, it's sad. That fight's not going to be competitive. I can't believe UFC 266 is only tomorrow, though, guys. It's only tomorrow. Brian Ortega fights for the featherweight title yet again. Valentina's going to absolutely savagely beat down Lauren Murphy. Nick Diaz returns with the rematch 17 years in the making against Robbie Lawler. Robbie Lawler's been one of my favorite fighters for years. I love Robbie Lawler. I like Nick Diaz very much as well. I hope we don't get a depressing ending for either one of those fights. For either one of those fighters, I hope it's just a tough-fought decision, in my opinion. That's what I would prefer mostly. We got an interesting heavyweight fight between Curtis Blades and Jairzinho Rozenstruik. Andrade versus Cynthia Calvillo. Merab Dvalishvili versus Marlon Moraes. I am so excited for UFC 266. I can't wait. Then the next event won't be till the end of October, and then we have back-to-back big numbered events. That is going to be insane. I can't wait for 267 and 268. It's going to be a lot of fun, guys. We're going to have a lot of fun tomorrow, for sure, for sure. Did you see Dan Hooker? He's shredded. Both should get a bonus, even if the fight is trash, just to make weight with no excuses after all they've been through. I love it. I'm assuming is what you meant. Yeah, I'm very, very happy that fight stayed together. And you got to respect both guys for doing everything in their power to make weight, show up, and fight. It's just crazy. Man, this card is super legit. I can't wait. I know Fight Life. I know. I'm so pumped. I think also it has to do with the fact the last pay-per-view was first week of August. And now, it's been almost 8 weeks since the last pay-per-view. And that pay-per-view wasn't the greatest. It was good, but it wasn't the greatest. And now this 266 is very, very, very solid. And so we're almost been starved for good fights for a good bit. The fight night cards haven't been that great. And now we're getting an absolute stacked fight card. I can't wait, my friend. I can't wait. It's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be a lot of fun. I think, I'm not 100% sure yet. I know I say this. I think I'm going to test out going live immediately following the event and doing a post-fight live on my channel. I don't know how it'll do. I don't know if it makes sense to do it or not, but you don't know until you try. Instead of recording a video and uploading it, 30, 40, 50 minutes after the event ends, I'm going to go live. I'm going to do my post-fight reaction. Then I'm going to go through the chat at the end of the live stream. So you guys can hear my reaction to all the fights, and then I can read the chat and go get to your questions afterwards. So I hope you guys will join me late tomorrow night. I'm probably going to do that. I've been wanting to test that out. I put a poll out. It got a substantial amount of votes saying to try it. The worst that happens, I don't do it again. But I'm only going to do it for big events, most likely, because, I don't know. We'll see how it goes tomorrow. What would you do if Laura wins? Make it more exciting. I'm not doing anything. I'm not a betting man. But I'd be pretty shocked. I'd be pretty shocked if Laura wins. What will you do if Laura wins? That's the real question, my friend. But I don't think she wins. Let her have a manager on the outside of the cage, and in the middle of the fight, get a chair and jump over the cage and hit Valentina over the back of the head. She still ain't winning. She still ain't winning. Valentina's an absolute savage and will beat her badly no matter what. I just don't see an opportunity for her to win. I really don't. One thing that's kind of noteworthy, this is the second pay-per-view with no Joe Rogan. Not that big of a deal, but the UFC might be getting ready to part ways with Rogan. I think Rogan might be getting ready to part ways with the UFC. And he's not going to be there for UFC 267 either, because that's in Abu Dhabi. So Joe Rogan won't be at UFC 260. He won't be back till UFC 268, if ever. Joe Rogan's a very popular guy. He's busy. The UFC has plenty of great commentators. Joe Rogan almost seems a little bit checked out as of late for commentary. So they could be getting ready to part ways. They pay him a lot of money. But I think a lot of fans would be disappointed. I wouldn't necessarily care, because I think guys like Dominic Cruz and Paul Felder are good. Joe Rogan has kind of been a little bit wacky over the last year or two. But it would be weird without him, for sure. The UFC is never going to part ways with Joe Rogan. I think they will. If Joe's might be tired of it. I mean, he can't come because he's got a hunting trip. Like, they know this event's coming from miles away. So I think Joe Rogan's kind of checked out. I think he's really just kind of checked out. And we may not see him anymore. I have a feeling that it will be an upset. No way. If you're talking about Lauren Murphy needs to stop listening to her husband. He's been telling her she can win. Yeah. I'd be shocked if she even survives. When does the ceremonial weigh-in start? In 15 minutes, my friend. In 15 minutes. Is Rockage secretly the best light heavyweight on earth? He's a nightmare matchup for Izzy. He could very well edge a split decision against Yan, and in my opinion, he TKOs Yuri. Yuri struggled heavily with leg kicks against a 16-8 opponent. I've been saying for a long time, I think Alexander Rockage and Yuri Prohaska are the future of the division, and I would eventually love to see them matched up with each other, but for a light heavyweight title fight. As far as Izzy goes, that's a different division. I think Rockage would beat Izzy, but Izzy's at middleweight, not at light heavyweight. So I don't know what that has to do with anything. But Rockage is very well-rounded. If I had to pick a champion out of the top 5 right now, I think Yuri Prohaska would probably beat Yan. I think he'd probably beat Glover. I think Alexander Rockage is definitely the future division, him and Yuri Prohaska. And I would love to see that fight, honestly. Would love to see that. I think Merab's new wig, it looks cool. It's like a porcupine type of wig. I missed the black one, but the new one's badass. I haven't seen it. I bet you were saying no way Holly beats Ronda too, and look what happened. Leading up to the fight, like a couple months beforehand, I did say that. I did say that, but when it got closer to the fight, I started really thinking about it, and I actually said Holly Holm had a legitimate chance. And take my word for it or not, it doesn't matter, but that's the truth. When it was first announced, I said, no way. And then when it started leading up to it, I said, I think he should be honest and tell her to avoid it altogether. Yeah. What do you think about Ortega popping and how hell has it been hidden so well? I actually almost mentioned that in my prediction video, that he popped a long time ago. Ortega wasn't really, high up the featherweight ranks at the time. No one was talking about him. And it was one of those things where when he came back after his suspension, he never discussed it. He avoided all questions about it. So that's why it was able to stay hidden for so long. I was going to mention it on my pre-fight, but I thought it was so long ago that it didn't really matter at all. And guys, don't forget to run the likes up on the stream. That's what helps grow the channel. So go like the stream right now if you haven't already. And Ronda is no Valentina Shevchenko. I absolutely agree, Ginge. I absolutely agree. Ronda is no Valentina. And also, guys, I love doing this. Go do that. Go do that right there if you're not already. If you're not already, go do that. Ortega lost mentally. Yeah, I don't think Ortega's going to win this fight. I just really don't. I just don't think he has the skills to do it. I just don't believe he has the ability to beat Volkanovski. Volkanovski is so well-rounded. He is so well-rounded. And how is Ortega going to get him down unless he hurts him on the feet? That's the only way I see him beating Volkanovski is on the ground in a scramble with a slick submission. But I just don't see a way of getting him there. So, I think this is Ortega's last shot at gold. I don't know where he goes from here. To get 2 title shots in 3 fights, that's pretty unique. And if he gets blasted by Volkanovski, he's destroyed. Who is flyweight? In my opinion, the future light heavyweight division is Magomed Ankalaev. That could be so as well. He looks very legit. Who is flyweight champ with no Shev? For me, it moves like a hot potato. I agree 100%, Yusuf. It moves like a hot potato. I have no idea. Maybe Joanna Jacek comes back up and wins the belt. Volk broke him. Definitely Volkanovski has the mental edge for sure. Volk says he can't stand Ortega popping, yet he trained with him every day with Gynosaurus. Gynosanya. I see what you're saying, yeah. I agree. And also, you look at, and I've brought this up before. You look at guys like Uriah Faber and Cody Garbrandt, who came out and shit all over TJ Dillashaw. And don't get me wrong, I am the first to shit on TJ Dillashaw for popping and being a cheater. But Faber and Cody only did it once he left the gym. They knew that whole time he was cheating. So it was fine when he was cheating, when he trained with you guys and he had success and he brought notoriety to Team Alpha Male. But now that he left you guys are going to be like a jealous ex-girlfriend and be snitching. I don't. That doesn't sit well with me. It was fine that he was cheating when he was with you, but now that he's gone, you're going to snitch on him? I find that to be disturbing. Let's see. 2022's biggest star will be Chimaev. If Khamzat Chimaev can continue to win fights, he will be one of the biggest UFC stars ever. If he eventually, let's say he wins 2-3 more fights, gets a title shot, that fight is going to sell like crazy. Chimaev will be a massive, massive star. I think some of the notoriety has kind of wore off with his inactivity. But if he can come back and be active and win fights dominantly, he is going to be a massive star for the UFC. I had Ortega winning, but coming closer, I'm starting to think Volk will win. I think Volk wins. Can TJ still be considered bantamweight? I don't know, man. It's hard to make those decisions. It's really tough. But I'm going to say not, just based off his resume anyway. I don't think he's earned that yet. I know Ortega's from the streets and stuff, blah, 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 but I feel like he wants to be kind of like Nate and Nick, and he wants to be hard. Yeah, and he looks like a little, I don't know how to describe it. He doesn't come off that way at all. He comes out like a wannabe gangster. Everyone in the UFC is on steroids. There's ways to get over the system. Probably, I think there's a lot of them for sure, that are on the roids without a doubt. But I'm so excited for this card tomorrow, guys. That's why I'm on these big cards, on these big events. I'm going to start streaming the press conference, the weigh-ins. I'll do the weekly live chat as always on Wednesdays, and that way we can talk about the event as much as possible. I mean, it's going to be very, very interesting to see Nick Diaz in the cage tomorrow. I can't believe it's already UFC 266 is almost here. It's almost here already. It's only tomorrow. 24 hours away. In 24 hours, the early prelims will be on, for sure. So, what fight are you guys most excited for, other than the main event? Other than the main event, is it Nick versus Robbie? I'm assuming most of you guys it's Nick versus Robbie. For me, it's probably Nick versus Robbie as well. If Chimaev didn't get COVID, I think he'd be close to a title fight. I mean, he was going to fight Leon. Leon is close to a title shot. Issa, if Chimaev didn't get COVID and he beat Leon Edwards, he was fighting for the title next. That's why the UFC rescheduled that fight so many times. Jordan Wright says Robbie Lawler uses steroids. When did he say that? Will you stream MVP versus Lima too? Yes, I will. I think that's next Friday, isn't it? Is that next Friday? Yes, that's next Friday. I will be streaming that card. I think at Fight Week you should bring your wife and stuff. You shouldn't bring your wife and stuff. Yeah, I don't think it's a great idea. What's going on? Probably 76. What's going on? Hope you're doing well. I'm taking Ortega. Think he figures out Volkanovski and submits him late. But how is he getting him down, Fight Life Nation? I don't feel like he has the takedown ability to get him down. How do you see him getting into a submission scenario? Do you see him rocking him on the feet and then in a scramble getting a submission? Because I could see that. That's the only scenario I foresee Ortega, that's the only way I see Ortega, really being able to pull off a submission. Nasrat versus Hooker too. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. A Hooker's return. Nick versus Lawler. I'm most excited to see the lamb sacrifice. Bro, stop it. The lamb sacrifice. That's too much. Interview with James Lynch on his YouTube channel. Okay, so Jordan Wright said that. What exactly did he say, Kevin from Sales? I'm curious. Can you fill me in, my friend? Can you fill me in? That would be much appreciated. Fill me in. Give me like a brief sentence summary of what exactly he said. I would love to know. What's going on, Banny Zio? What is going on? I hope you're doing well. Guys, if you just joined the stream, don't forget to like the stream. That helps push it to more people. We can grow this channel. Almost to 1,300 subscribers now. So we'll be there soon enough. I'm going to continue to stream. I'm probably going to do a live post-fight tomorrow. I'm actually looking forward to seeing Chris Daukaus. That fight has been rescheduled like 17 damn times. I'm telling you right now, that fight's been scheduled so many times, it's unreal. It is unreal. It's been rescheduled at least 3 or 4 times, I think, if I remember correctly. So I'm looking forward to it too. It should be an interesting fight. The prelims have some good fights on there. It definitely have some good fights on there. If Holloway can drop Volk, so can Ortega. Holloway has no power. Once he drops Volk, he's not getting up because he will grab something and it'll be over. That's the way I see him pulling off the submission. I think he has to rock him on the feet. Otherwise, I don't see a submission happening for Ortega. Unless he rocks him on the feet and ends up in a scramble pulling off a submission, I think that's the way, that's the path to victory for Ortega as far as submission. I said that in my pre-fight. If Holloway can... Okay, I already read that. Also, Volk seems more locked in, just so intense yet calm. Also, Ortega said something like, I don't care if I win or lose, I have a good life. That's not a championships mentality. It's quite weak. I agree. I don't see Ortega winning this fight. If Daukaus wins, I love to see him fight Tom Aspinall. I don't think that's going to happen. I think Aspinall is going to get a step up in competition. Who remembers when Hamzat fought back-to-back weeks? I do. Does your grandma still watch your videos? Yes, she does. So if you guys don't know, if you haven't heard me on the stream before, my 82-year-old grandmother who doesn't watch MMA, knows nothing about MMA, follows or subscribes to my YouTube channel, and she watches every single video. She doesn't usually watch the live streams just because they're so long, but she watches every single prediction video I do and everything like that. She has YouTube on her TV. Let's see. Respect to Nasrat. He lost his mother. I think he shouldn't be fighting. Yeah, it's tough, but he's got to get a paycheck, I guess. But that is tough. Hopefully the UFC takes care of him. He said he heard Robbie failed a USADA test before Rory McDonald fight, and UFC covered it up. Who knows? Who knows? Honestly. Who knows? I don't like when people say, oh, I heard this. Do you have any evidence? Did you see anything firsthand? Or you just heard it from somebody who could have just heard it from somebody? No way the UFC will make Daukaus Aspinall because they're killing a potential contender. Agreed 100%. I agree 100%. What's iPhone did Gran get? She got my grandmother. We got my grandmother the iPhone 13 today. So she upgraded to the iPhone 13. She's 82 years old. She mainly just makes calls and makes texts, but sometimes she checks the weather. So she got the iPhone 13. Nasrat earned my respect even more. I agree 100%. He earned my respect as well. It's hard not to root for either guy. It really is. When you have two guys that struggled to get into the country, you have two guys, one guy that lost his mother, it's hard not to root for him. It really is. I'm curious. I want to see. I haven't seen any of the video from the official weigh-in. I'm curious what these guys look like a little bit rehydrated and back on the scales. So I'm curious particularly what Nick and Robbie look like, especially fighting at 185. Can somebody let me know in the chat, what did Robbie Lawler weigh in at? What was his weighing in, how much did he weigh in at? There's no way he weighed in at 185, right? So let me know that. Let me know that in the chat. Let me make sure this weigh-in has not started yet. I wish I could put the weigh-in in a little square in the bottom, but I'd definitely get the channel taken down. For sure. $184. Also, this is a very hot take, but I'm calling it. Before Max Holloway retires, he will get finished in the fight. I agree. Look at you guys all answer me. Thank you very, very much. I appreciate you guys. It says 1 minute till the weigh-in starts. Hopefully that's accurate. 184, 184, 184. I'm curious what he looks like here. I guess he was probably already rehydrated earlier. Looks like the weigh-ins are getting ready to start. Waiting for the Ultimate Fighting Championship. What a great name. What a great name. What a great, great name. They're probably going to be late. Weighed in wearing his t-shirt and shorts. Okay. He probably had rocks in his pocket as well. By the way, probably 76. Thank you for becoming a member, my friend. I appreciate you. Appreciate you. If anybody else wants to become a member of the channel, look at this. How do you not want this? How do you not want this? Look at these loyalty badges and these emojis. Look at this Nate Diaz emoji. You don't want access to that? Go become a member like Probably 76. The link is in the description. It's basically no cost. It's very, very cheap. And you can help support the channel and get these loyalty badges next to your name. And look at this Sleepy McGregor emoji. That's my favorite emoji that I have on there. So you got Nate Diaz bloodied up after the Conor fight, Mike Perry broken nose, Dana White, Khabib, Joshua Fabia, and Sleepy Conor McGregor. Go become a member. There we go. We got rid of that now. Very much so, Issa. 184. What's going on, Sam.Roy? 184 with pants and shirts. Thank you for telling me. I met Ortega included that he was indeed not about that life. He doesn't seem like it. I'll probably do an MMA awards. No problem. Thank you again. Ortega's going to be late like always. Probably posting all the emojis in there. Yeah, I just automatically assumed it was going to be a little bit late, really. Ortega telling Volk to fight him in the elevator is so cringe. Yeah, what the hell? Dude, we're getting paid to fight on Saturday night. Shut up before I slap you. That's what I would have said. The weigh-ins and the press conference always seem to be late. That's what I hate about the new system. They only have the ceremonial weigh-in because it doesn't matter if they're late. Because it used to be like a timing thing. I find Ortega to be cringe regardless. I find him to be very cringe. What's going on, Dino? Hope you're doing well. We're getting ready to watch. The UFC 266 press conference. Issa, I don't really have those, so I don't have parents, so the answer is no. There you go. You learned something new about me. You should make a Hezbollah emoji. Yeah, if I get a couple more members, I'll make a Hezbollah emoji. If you guys want it, if I can sign up like 5 more members or something like that, I'll get a Hezbollah emoji. It's $2.99. It's just a way to support the channel. If you can't do it, I totally understand. No matter what, watching the streams, liking the videos, watching the videos, all great ways to support the channel. This is just a way if you want to do a little bit extra. And it's an easy way. And eventually I'm going to add more stuff to it. I post behind the scenes stuff. I post stuff on it's the members only feed. I post pictures of all my MMA memorabilia. I have my Khabib Nurmagomedov autograph on there. I have my Peter Yan autograph on there. I have my Robbie Lawler, Rory McDonald autograph on there. So you guys get to see a little extra stuff that I post on there. So what's going on, Jimmy Lamps? Do you think Jorge Masvidal will get a title shot if he beats Leon and if Colby KOs Usman? 100%. 100%, my friend. Without a doubt, Jorge Masvidal, if Colby wins, he's 1 win away from a title shot. It's sad to say, but I am 100% sure of it. It would happen for 100% certainty. No, I have not changed my picks. I usually don't. It's very rare that I would change a pick, but I would have put out a video if I did. But I haven't even seen anything. Who will go into the UFC Hall of Fame with active fighters? Who will go in? Probably Max Holloway will probably eventually. Let me look up active fighters, really. I think, have they inducted Robbie Lawler and Rory McDonald into the Hall of Fame yet? Or no? If not, they need to. Dustin Poirier undoubtedly should go into the Hall of Fame. I mean, he's fought the best of the best. So, you could do Dustin, Max Holloway. Stipe Miocic probably should. I think Kamaru Usman's on his way. Jose Aldo, without a doubt. If Jose Aldo doesn't go into the Hall of Fame, I'll be disgusted. What's going on, Jimmy? Aldo, yep. I can't see Shamil dealing with Dawkins' speed. It'll be interesting for sure. It'll be very, very interesting. That's a good, little heavyweight contender matchup. I'm not, super pumped for it, but it's definitely an intriguing fight on the prelims, for sure. UFC 266 is going to be a lot of fun. I just hope no fights fall out tomorrow. There's nothing worse than having fights fall out on the day of the fight. Guys, go subscribe. Go subscribe right now if you're not already. Go do it. Hopefully these weigh-ins start soon, honestly. I hope they start soon. That would be very, very nice. Probably with the laughing emojis. It looks like it's going to take. It looks like it's going to take a little bit. These weigh-ins are just. The UFC is just always late, and now that it doesn't really matter what time these weigh-ins come on because they're just ceremonial. They're not. There's no real time limit attached to them because they've already officially weighed in. This is just for like photo ops and stuff. It doesn't really matter what time they come on. So they could be a half hour late. They could be an hour late. It doesn't necessarily matter at all for the UFC in terms of timing. So hopefully we get it soon. What pick are you most confident about for 266? Definitely Valentina. Valentina is the pick that I'm most confident in. If I had to go second most confident, I would say Volkanovski. Third most confident, probably Lawler. Fourth most confident, Curtis. No. Hold on. Number one is Valentina. Number two is probably Andrade. Number three is Volkanovski. Number four is Lawler. Number five is Blades. And last is Marlon Moraes. So I'm least confident in my Marlon Moraes pick. Most confident in my Valentina Shevchenko. I hope that was an adequate list for you. They'll find a way to put Conor in hot, if not deserved. Do you yourself being an analyzer in a big MMA I would love that, but I don't know if that's possible. Maybe one day. I got to keep doing this. I mean, I still got to keep learning and growing on here. And maybe one day that something like that will happen. Imagine if they were late starting the fights. I'd be livid. Who do you got, Volkanovski or Ortega? Jimmy Lamps. I'm going to give you an answer here. But I did a full prediction video. It's on my channel. I did it for every fight on the main card as well as Merab versus Morales. Please go check those out after the stream. Do me a favor. I work hard on those prediction videos. I put all the links in the description of this stream if you want to check them out after the stream. But I'm going with Volkanovski, and I'm pretty confident. He beats up the legs. I think he can stuff the takedowns. I think he has the better striking. I think he has the better stamina. I think he's super durable. I think he's faster, and I think he has a higher fight IQ. But I do a full breakdown. It's like 15 minutes long. You go find that video and watch it, please. Favorite fighter. Favorite fighters of all time is Robbie Lawler, Anderson Silva. That's not in a particular list or anything. I love Anderson. I love Robbie Lawler. I love Khabib Nurmagomedov. I love Jose Aldo. I got a lot of favorites. I like Nate Diaz a lot, quite a bit. But if I had to nail down one favorite fighter, it'd be Anderson Silva. Anderson Silva is my favorite fighter. Dominic Cruz, too. Volkanovski will be hot. Hall of Fame. Oh, I see what you're saying now. Hall of Fame when it's all said and done. Probably. If he continues to win. Valentina's another Hall of Famer. Valentina, a second-round KO. Dominic Cruz, 2. Yeah, very true. Valentina, second-round TKO. Are you watching Joshua versus Usyk tomorrow? No, I'm not. I don't really watch a lot of boxing, man. I'm assuming that's a boxing match. I don't watch a lot of boxing. Sorry. Valentina in round 1 by decision are probably the two most likely things. No way Lauren Murphy stays 5. If she does stay 5 rounds, I'd be utterly shocked if she somehow stayed 5 rounds. That'd be insanity. I'll check them out. Thank you, Jimmy. Thank you. I worked hard on those. You can find them all on the channel, and they're excellent. They're in 4K quality. I don't know if you have a 4K TV or anything, but I recorded them all in 4K. The best quality on any MMA YouTube channel out there. 100% without a doubt. If she survives the first round, she will probably survive all 5. I think I said she gets stopped in the second round. I think Valentina tries to carry her a little bit and not destroy her too early. Dominic Cruz is still bantamweight GOAT. If TJ can get the belt from Yan, I think he takes it. It's funny Cejudo isn't at talks at 125 or 35. Agreed. Prime Silva is the greatest version of a fighter. Lauren Murphy's going to catch Aziz in the first by head kick. Probably. McGregor, definitely Hall of Fame for what he did for the sport and putting it. Agreed. Conor McGregor's definitely going to the Hall of Fame. I'm going to turn this one real quick. Colby versus Usman 2 prediction. I'm going with Usman. I think Usman's gotten light years better since their first fight. Usman obviously won the first fight. I think his striking's getting better. I think the wrestling's still going to cancel each other out. And I think Usman's going to win on the feet more dominantly this time. But I can't wait for that fight. I cannot wait for Colby versus Usman too. But I just think Usman's been fighting and been active, and Colby's been sitting out. He only has one fight against Woodley since then. Wasn't particularly impressive. Meanwhile, Usman's been doing training camp after training camp after training camp, beating top-tier guy after top-tier guy. And I think Usman's going to take the rematch in November. I really do. Valentina is just never chilling in a fight. You can tell she has a round where she wants to finish her opponent before she starts. Yeah, most likely. Marlon Morales KO. It's possible he KOs him in the first round. Merab kind of moves in. A little bit sloppy. His entries. But I see it going 29-28. Reyes wins the first 2 rounds. Merab wins the 3rd round. Had a selfie after the weigh-in. Usyk is a nice guy. Same, I've got Usman. Colby trains at a mediocre gym. I'm not even sure who he trains with. Guys, don't forget to like the stream. Do not forget to like the stream. And also, if you're not subscribed, go subscribe. That's the only way to participate in the chat. We had to turn on that so there isn't any trolls in here. So go subscribe if you want to participate in the chat. Lauren TKO's Valentina in the 4th round. Lauren wins by a 5th round clinic. Yeah, right, bro. Yeah, right. That is not happening. No way that's happening. In what world does Murphy beat Valentina? In an alternate universe. Joey, do you remember when Beth Correa rocked herself? Vaguely. I vaguely remember that. Jon Jones got arrested again. I know this guy cannot stay out of trouble. It's infuriating. How come he perpetually is just getting in trouble time after time after time? It's disgusting. It really is disgusting. It really is. The first... let me go back to this live stream here. I want to see Jon Jones versus Ngannou, but honestly, I'm accepted the fact that Jon Jones may never fight again. Constantly in trouble. I mean, how does he just keep staying in trouble? Can't stay out of it. It's annoying. Issa, I feel like you throw crazy predictions all the time and they never come true. I hate to break it to you. It seems like that's always the case. But if it happens, you can claim you called it. We should be getting a new badge next to our name soon. Yes, you will be getting a new badge. I don't know if it happens at the 30-day mark or what. YouTube automatically does it. I don't do it. I just upload the badges, and it does it automatically. Joey, if Laura Murphy wins, can you get a full pack tattoo portrait of her? No, I would never. Ever, ever, ever. Joey would get KO'd in 35 seconds, unironically. Jones would. I thought you said Joey would. But I said, what? I don't think so. Is Joanna a potential Hall of Famer? Maybe. Her fight with Weili Zhang will be in the Hall of Fame. I don't know about her as a fighter will be in the Hall of Fame. That guy must train. Does he train with Nick Diaz? It's okay, I will remind you later. Yeah. Dude, the badges are awesome, though, for real. I mean, I paid some guy to design them. I didn't mean to do that. Sorry, guys. But look at that. I love that 12-month badge. I think that 12-month badge and the 6-month badge are awesome. So you'll get this silver badge next month. And anybody else who's in here who wants to become a member, the link is in the description. I think we will get it on Sunday. Yeah, I'm not 100% sure when it happens. It's very hard. I hope Semmelsberger sparks this guy. Has your grandmother watched a UFC fight, or you try to get her into MMA? She's seen MMA fights before, occasionally here and there, but she doesn't watch. I don't try to get her into MMA at all. She's not really into it, but she watches all the videos. Why is it MMA lucky, Joey? I don't get it. Jalen Turner. Why am I lucky? What makes me lucky? And also, if you guys don't want to become a member, but you want to support the channel, now that I'm monetized, you can send super chat donations. Every dollar is going right back into the channel. So send the donations. I will cry live on camera. Jalen Turner on the scale. Eurosmectic or Medic. Why ain't they? I want to. I know this sounds suspect, but I need them to take their shirts off. I want to see what they look like. That's why we watch these. He didn't even take his shirt off. I know that sounds suspicious, but Nick Diaz is the type to lose at shadow boxing. Yeah, he is. Is Paddy Pimblett another cash cow? Yes, if he can continue to win, he will be a massive star. Paddy Pimblett will be a huge star if he continues to win. How crazy is it, Roxanne Modafferi? She looks so uncoordinated when she's fighting. It's unreal. Pause. Yeah, that's what I was thinking when I said that too. Pause. Can't believe me and 12 people are waiting to watch males and females strip and pose and face off naked. MMA is weirdly cool. Oh man. Look at Roxanne with her headgear. She is such an oddball. Nothing about it better than watching two guys take off their shirts and stare at each other in the eyes while one guy has his arms in between them touching their chest. But hey, this is MMA. Yeah, Roxanne is definitely goofy. Roxanne is goofy as hell. Look at her. Look at her with her little... Well, she's a weirdo. And she's ranked too. That's funny. The fact that Roxanne is ranked is hilarious. Because the division's terrible. Reyes versus Smith. Who wins? I think Smith wins. Reyes has too much trouble with that nose. They even got the off-brand ring girls there today. Nobody's there. They ain't got no Joe Rogan. They got the off-brand ring girls. Sad. I wonder when. Let me take a look at this. I'm going to see if I can look up the member status. Because I tried to see before and they showed me something about the badges. Yeah, I think you get it every 30 days. And French fries, right now you're on 28 days. So, I think it'll work out. I think it'll work out for you. Let's take a look, see. I think you should get it Sunday. I think you should. Jon Jones was Reyes' best chance. All right, now we're seeing Dan Hooker. Nasrat Haqparast. He looks like an off-brand Kelvin Gastelum, doesn't he? Yeah, that's probably what it is. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you. He already looks rehydrated, in my opinion. My nose is itching like crazy. Dan Hooker walking out. Do. Marab walking out. Or hold on, I clicked on the wrong thing. Fair play to Hooker. He looks like he's got a bear fur on his head. It almost looks like a real afro for him. Where does anybody know where his hat comes from? Geez, Merab's fired up for sure. This is a big fight for Merab. Ray Longo looks like Mr. Krabs without a shell. Why does Ray Longo look like Mr. Krabs without a shell, guys? I forgot that. Dude, Marlon Moraes is jacked. I know he's always jacked, but man, he looks jacked right now. I think he's going to brutalize Merab. I hope he addressed some of his cardio issues, man. I like both guys, but I don't want to see Marlon stick around in the UFC. Merab's really grew his hair out, yeah. Put Colby in a commentary. That would be fun. That'd be annoying, honestly. Andrade versus Calvillo. Cynthia Calvillo is going to get wrecked as well, I believe. I believe. Both looking good. Yeah. Marlon Moraes looked jacked as hell. I mean, I'm never into this hyper-nationalism stuff with the flags just constantly. For any nationality, whether it be American, anywhere, the hyper-nationalism is just annoying to me. I think I got really annoyed with it for the first time after Chris Weidman fought Anderson Silva, and Anderson Silva broke his leg, and he ran around the cage waving the American flag, and I was like, this ain't even a good look, bro. And ever since then, just the flags, I'm just tired of seeing them, no matter where they're from. It's just annoying to me. Most Jack's UFC fighters. Marlon Moraes is up there. Kamaru Usman's up there. Woodley was up there. Only we get worse from here. Chandler and Usman. Yeah, Chandler as well. Paulo Costa as well. TRT, Vitor Belfort. Curtis Blades versus Jairzinho Rosenstruck. I wonder if Rosenstruck's going to be able to get another crazy KO. He seems to constantly get them. Figueroa too. Yeah, Figueroa is jacked as well. What a cheesy nickname. Curtis Razor Blades. Jairzinho didn't even take off his shirt either. Curtis Blades came in at 261. I didn't even know that. This is the first time I'm seeing him at all. I didn't see the ceremonial weigh-ins. Jairzinho said he don't even want to shake hands. I wonder how Curtis Blades' chin is after getting nuked by Derek Lewis. All right, now they're showing a promo for Nick Diaz versus Robbie Law. I got to hear this one. They must have just put this together from the primetime. Nick is so accurate, especially in his older fights. Robbie was a savage. Robbie Lawler and Nick Diaz have not changed much either. They've refined their skills. You could just see Robbie was just coming in there looking for the kill. I hate that Mazzagatti was like, stop talking. Mazzagatti's a terrible ref. Like, there's no rule where they can't talk. It's funny how they're a version of themselves still though. Like normally you can't recognize guys, especially after so long, but Robbie and Nick still fight the same as they do in that first fight, just a lot better. Or at least Robbie is. I don't know about Nick now at this point being off for 6 years, but last time he was in there. I'm so happy we're finally getting this fight. One day away, guys. This is making me excited. This is nostalgic. This is nostalgic. Guys, don't forget to like this stream, please. I'm hyped. I'm hyped for this. Even though I wasn't before, now I'm getting more excited. I love Nick Diaz's body shots. Well, I don't know why the refs yell at Nick when he tries to do what he does. Let him do what he wants. He's not cheating. The ref should have stopped it when Robbie was beating up Askren, by the way. Okay, Pedro. I like that Nick says he wants to fight multiple times, though. He's probably realizing his window's closing to collect cash. And Nate Diaz only helped build their brand bigger. God. Let's see how Robbie looks. Robbie looks to be in great shape, even though he's a little bit bloated because 185. I think it's bullshit that Nick came in and changed the weight last second. That's basically missing weight. Nick looks like he always does. Conor McGregor said it best. The skinny fat guys. What has Nick got in his beard? He's got something in his beard. I'm done. Nick looks significantly bigger though. I don't know why that is. Nick's got something in his beard. All right, there we go. We get to see the stare down from the Diaz. No. Fanboying out right now. That's funny. That was awesome seeing them walk out together. This will be fight of the night. Hopefully. I would love for it to be. Playing the package for Valentina versus. Geez, the chat in the UFC. There's 42,000 people watching it right now. I wonder how many buys this pay-per-view will do. I think they would make it happen, but who knows? Jones might be in jail at that point in time from getting in trouble so much. I wonder if Lauren Murphy, like in her heart of hearts, does she believe she will win? She barely beat Joanna Calderwood. She said, "I'm one of the toughest." Look how sloppy the striking looks from Lauren Murphy. Oh. Ew. Yeah, Nate was there. I don't know what happened to Kron. I think he's still fighting. I think he had a fight a couple months ago. Be careful what you ask for because you just might get it. She's going to get wrecked. I think she probably gets finished in the first round. But I predicted the second round, so I'll stick with it. Valentina's just too good. Valentina's just too good. Valentina's accent is hilarious, too. The way she talks. Lauren Murphy's going to get wrecked. Lucky Lauren Murphy's going to get wrecked. I don't even think she believes. She's just happy to be there. I don't even believe she thinks she's going to win. Here comes Valentina. Valentina's ripped, too. Look at those abs. She's in a KO Murphy. I wonder how Murphy's going to act in the stare down. If she tries to get all over aggressive, we know. We know. She knows she's going to lose. Valentina is going to murder her tomorrow. Lauren can't beat her on the feet. Probably can't wrestle her. She is screwed. If Valentina was in division, who do you think would be champ? Maybe Yanni and Jacek would stay at 125. Nothing lucky about her. Yeah, she's not lucky. She's fighting Valentina Shevchenko. You don't, girl. She's ready to shock the world. She's just happy to be there. She'll get slaughtered. Oh, so yeah, I didn't know he hadn't fought since there. Valentina is just funny. Every time I hear her talk, I laugh. Now they're playing a promo for the main event. I like how they just sold Volkanovski just running through fields barefooted. Volkanovski's on such a nice little streak right now. He's beating everyone and anyone. He's so gritty, so powerful. The inside leg kicks are going to be a massive factor tomorrow. He has hard leg kicks, and he rips them constantly. He melted Mendez. They're showing the highlight of him beating Chad Mendez. He just melted him. And he just got up off his back, too. Yeah, Volkanovski hasn't lost in the UFC, I believe, right? Volkov will spit on him. Will Volk Ortega get split up in this stare down? Yeah, for sure. I think they're trying to sell pay-per-views. And look what Ortega, after the Max fight, decided to get a whole new team, a better team. Dude, shut up. Like, dude, stop blaming other people. Ortega was bald in his last fight, and now Volkanovski's bald in this fight. I find that pretty interesting. Yeah, I think Volkanovski dominates him. Even Zombie had success against him in the first 2 rounds, and up until he got hurt with that elbow. I picked Zombie to win that fight, and I think had he not got hurt by the elbow, I think Zombie would have won that fight. No, he's not. I really just don't see Ortega being able to pull it off. I'll never forget, I was super excited for Ortega Max 1. Yeah, I think I could see Volk stopping him late, though. Ortega says he's going to finish Volkanovski. We will see. Yeah, Ortega does just seem annoying. Like, even though I have nothing to back that up, he does just seem like a little annoying guy. Sometimes I don't like the way he talks and certain things he says. The way he said, "Oh, I was partying the lead up to the Max Holloway fight," and then he said he was thinking about partying this week. Like, dude, you just blamed your Max Holloway loss on that. Ortega looks in great shape, but Volkanovski looks jacked. Volkanovski looks jacked. They're definitely going to have an intense stare down. They're trying to sell this. Which this does, an intense stare down here does nothing for me. I love the skill sets. Jon Anik interviewing Brian Ortega. Any final thoughts? Go subscribe. What? He said, fuck the belt. I'm coming for your head. Okay. Cool, bro. Hopefully he actually comes out with that type of energy. Volkanovski looks like a Batman villain with his bald head. All right, now they're just talking about nothing. I think the weigh-ins are officially over. Jon Anik says one more sleep. I follow Anik on Twitter, and he always says like 1 more sleep, 2 more sleeps, 3 more sleeps till this fight. I love that. That's hilarious. If Ortega wins, what happens next? Depends. If it's controversial, then Volkanovski rematch. If he wins like pretty dominantly, then winner of Yair versus Max fights Ortega for the belt next. If it's close, then Volkanovski gets the rematch. How intriguing would it be if Ortega wins dominantly, then Max dominates Yair, and then we get Ortega defending the featherweight belt against Max Holloway in a rematch? That would be absolutely a wild set of circumstances. And I would undoubtedly pick Max Holloway in that fight. After that first fight, how can you not pick Max Holloway? But what a set of circumstances that would be if that actually happened. Could you imagine that? Ortega being the champion, defending his belt against Max Holloway in a rematch after that. And there would only be one fight in between there. That'd be weird. That'd be weird as hell. But that would definitely throw the featherweight division on its head. If Volkanovski loses tomorrow night, that is going to throw the division on its head. It's going to be wild. It's going to be weird. But I think Volkanovski pulls it off. If Max would win that, you get the Volk trilogy with Max with the title. Very true. That would be even weirder. So if Volk loses to Ortega and Max wins against Yair, we get Ortega versus Max. Max takes the belt off Ortega in a rematch where Ortega is the champion. And then if Max wins, he defends against Volkanovski in a trilogy where Max was the champion now, and he has 2 losses to Volkanovski. That'd be wild. That'd be so weird. That's why also I was so interested in the Brandon Moreno versus Alexandra Pantoja fight, because Pantoja had 2 wins over him. So it'd be weird to see the champion defend his belt in a trilogy fight against a guy who has 2 wins over him. I thought that would have been super interesting. And it would have been a lot of fun. How far can Giga go? I think Giga can make a championship run. I was not on the bandwagon, but after watching him do what he did to Edson Barboza, I think he can beat everyone in the featherweight division. The only people I would not be confident in him beating right now would be Max Holloway as well as Alexander Volkanovski. I wouldn't be super confident in him beating either one of those guys. But the rest of the division, I think he beats Yair. I think Giga beats Yair right now. I'd pick Giga in a Yair fight. But that would be a hell of a fight. That'd be a hell of a fight. I hope Sabit returns. We got a lot of great guys, in the featherweight division, but a lot of people are, out sitting around. We're seeing a lot of repetitive fights a little bit. But Giga can definitely be championship caliber, for sure. I'm 100%. I wasn't on the hype train. I believed he was good, but I wasn't on the hype train. I said he hadn't beaten anyone. But after what he did to Edson Barboza, I am 100% on the Giga Chikadze hype train. There's no doubt about it. He's a great fighter and a great striker and a crisp striker, and he has finishing ability, the body kicks, the head kicks, the punches. I could see him doing anything he wants to do in the featherweight division. What is up with Zabit? Zabit has some type of injury. He has to have surgery. Who knows if he ever returns or not. It sucks. Giga loses to Evilov, Bryce Mitchell, Max, Volk, and maybe Ortega. I don't think he loses to Ortega. I don't think he loses to Evilov. I don't think he loses to Bryce Mitchell at all. But Max, Volk, yes, probably. I would not pick him against Max or Volk right now as it stands. But who knows? We'll find out soon. I would love to see him against... I would love to see Giga Chikadze versus Max Holloway. I would love to see that. I know we got Max versus Yair coming up. But Giga, there's a big fight for him coming up next. A Volk all day. I agree 100%. Volkanovski's going to win this fight. He's just the better fighter. 100% the better fighter everywhere. Everywhere except submission skills. He's got the better gas tank. He's more durable. He's got more power. He's got better leg kicks. He's got higher fight IQ. He's probably stronger, in my opinion. Volk just has every advantage in the book, and I think he will destroy Ortega tomorrow. Put on a world-class performance, maybe stop him in the later rounds. Should be awesome. I'm the defense. So if I do a live post-fight tomorrow, I just go live as soon as the fight ends. You're going to be there for the stream? What I'm going to do is I'm just going to react to the fights immediately, and then at the end, I'm going to read the chat. I'll go through the chat at the end. That way I can, and people can always go back and rewatch the post-fight after the fact. Look up Giga's early career. He went to split decision with absolute cans. Before his Cub fight, he fought nobody at all. I know, but he looks like he's improved. And to beat Edson Barboza just shows how good he is. Does Val have enough power to sleep Murphy with her hands? I don't, probably not, but Murphy kind of makes some sloppy entries. Like she tries to be like a bull and rush forward, and I think Valentina could catch her off balance and sleep her with her hands, probably. But the power isn't that great with Valentina's hands. It's more of in her legs. I think she probably head kick KOs her. It's going to be a fun fight, guys. It's going to be a very fun fight. Will 145 McGregor win against Volk? Absolutely not. I think 145 McGregor loses against Volk. But I think McGregor has a chance with the power. If Max can hurt him, McGregor had a touch of death at 145. So I think there's possible. Ortega's probably stronger physically. I don't think so. I doubt that. We'll see. We'll see. There's bound to be some clinch exchanges tomorrow. I don't think it's going to be a quick first-round finish. We're bound to see some clinch exchanges, and we'll really see who gets the better of those clinch exchanges, which I'll be most interested in. If we get those clinch exchanges, we'll be able to see, who can press who against the cage. And it's going to be a fun fight for sure. It's going to answer a lot of questions. If Ortega loses and loses dominantly, I don't know what he does from here. He has losses to the two best guys in the division. He gets dominated again. I don't know if he tries to change divisions or what. No, I did not. This would be the first time I ever did a post-fight live stream. Could be anyone at his peak. I don't know. Maybe. But I usually always record the videos after the fights end, and then I upload them within like 30, 40 minutes after the fights. But that takes too long. If I just immediately go live, I'm here right after the fights end. I'm going to see how it does. I'm going to do it tomorrow, I think. I'm going to see how it does tomorrow, and then maybe I'll do it in the future for big events. That way, instead of waiting 45 minutes for me to upload a video, I record it, edit it, render it, and upload it, I can just jump right on here and go live and give my post-fight reaction immediately. It's going to be a little bit strange, a little bit different, but who knows? Might grow the channel some, and it might be better for you guys. It seems like I did the poll, and it seemed like a lot of people like that idea. Hand sanitizer, or is that lotion? Guys, by the way, do not forget to like the stream. Run up the likes on the stream right now. I'm getting ready to get off here. I'm going to stay on a few more minutes. This will be my last stream, and the next time I'll be on here, we'll be talking about the results of all the fights that just, weighed in here recently. So, I can't make it live tomorrow, but I'll watch the replay. Okay. No big deal, Yusuf, but you can always watch the replay. I'm still going to try to keep it relatively, I try to keep them under 30 minutes, usually. So, I'm just going to talk about all the fights. I'm not even going to look at the chat at all. And then I'm going to get to the chat at the end. That's what I'm going to do. So, we'll see. We'll see how it works out. Maybe I'll do it in the future for big fights. I think there's a chance, not that many people watch the post fights because you post them an hour after the event. A lot of people are asleep. But if I go live immediately following the event, you guys are just finished watching the event. Boom, you can come watch me on YouTube. I've never done it before, so it might turn out terribly, but let's see. I can't wait for this event tomorrow. I really can't. I really can't. It's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be a lot of fun. If you guys have any last-minute UFC 266 questions, throw them in the chat. If not, I will talk to you guys tomorrow after UFC 266. I can't wait. My picks are Alexander Volkanovski, Valentina Shevchenko, Robbie Lawler, Jessica Andrade, Curtis Blades, Marlon Moraes, all those guys. Are you going to talk about the prelims? I try to keep it short, so I usually don't talk about the prelims too much, but we can always talk about that on the live chat on the upcoming week. I'll probably just stick to the top 6 fights. So I'll talk about the main event on the prelims, unless there's something absolutely insane and I have to talk about it. But I'll probably just stick to those. There's so many fights, man. I don't want to make it an hour post-fight, but who knows? We'll see what happens tomorrow. If you guys come up with a bunch of things you want to talk about after on the post-fight, and there's a bunch of questions at the end, we'll get to them. It is what it is. Depending on how it works, that's what I'll do. Who has the best chin except Diaz tomorrow? I don't know. Who has the best chin except Diaz tomorrow? Probably Volk. Now, I don't know. He was hurt by Max Holloway, though. I don't know. I'm terrible with the chin questions. Definitely not Marlon Moraes. Definitely not Curtis Blades. I don't know. I really don't know who has the best chin tomorrow. That's an odd question. Valentina, but she never gets hit, so it's hard to say. I don't even know what kind of chin Nick Diaz has anymore. He's been out 6 years. Ortega, I don't think he's ever been KO'd. Ortega has the best chin along with Hooker. I just saw that. Do you think Joe Rogan is a good commentator? I don't know, man. I feel like he's gotten worse over the last few years. So, I mean, it's not like I dislike him, but I don't think he's like as great as some people think he's, the greatest thing ever. I think he's successful because of the passion, but it almost seems like it's changed over the last little bit of time. It seems like he's changed a bit. But I am so excited for tomorrow, guys. Do me a favor. If you guys haven't checked out my prediction videos, all my prediction videos are linked below on the stream. like the stream, become a member of the channel. The link is in the description. And I think that pretty much does it. I think we've talked about everything UFC 266. We watched the weigh-ins. This was about an hour and a half stream. I want to thank each and every one of you for joining me. Join me tomorrow for the UFC 266 post-fight live. This will be the first time I'm doing it, so I would appreciate it if you guys came immediately following the fights and joined me live with my post-fight reaction. If it seems like the people like it, that's what I will continue to do, is post-fights live. But we'll have to see how it works out. But you'll always be able to watch the replay as well. So we'll see how it goes. I will talk to you guys tomorrow. If there's any news between now and then, I will make a video. If not, I will talk to you tomorrow after UFC 266. Thank you so much. See you later, Steven. Appreciate every single one of you. Good night. Enjoy UFC 266, guys. Enjoy the rest of your night.